We can also use the AND operator to check if this year and this one here is true. So AND operator is used to check if this how they call it this operand here is true and this operand here is true, it will return true. If both of them are true, it will return true. They are true only and only if both of them are true. If here gives false and here gives true, it will return false the whole command here. If here this one in the right hand is true and here in the left hand is false, it's going to return false because one of them is false. So and is like and operator. And operator is like saying and operator is like saying um it's like saying two times it's like saying one times zero, and we all know one times zero will give us zero. So and is just like multiplication. To multiply right my voice again. It will multiply the first one and the second one and check if this one here is true and this one here is false. So two is like saying one and false is like saying two zero. So one times zero it will give us zero and one times one will give us one. That is two. One times one will give us one. That is two. One times zero will give us zero. Or zero times one will give us zero. So and is like saying multiplication. And we also have the OR operator. This logical OR operator is used to check if this one here or this one here. So either each of them are true, it is going to execute this block. It's going to make audio value here to be true and execute this block. But if both of them, only if both of them are false, it will not execute this block. It will execute here. So that is for if. Let me know this one. So let me run it. Let's see. And now we can see 10 is greater than 5 because y is greater than x or x is less than y. So each of both statements are correct. That is why it return true. If we put and now, we always see false. We will always and always see false. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Y is greater than x and y is greater than x 2, which give us 1, and x is less than y. Yes, x is less than y. We still see
Yes, it's
false
correct.
because 2 because x is less than y. So let's see if x is less than y plus 10. Now let's check if x is less than y minus 10. So now we are minusing this y in here. We are making y minus y with 10. So y is already 10 before. So we now minus it with 10 again. So we will now check if x is less than less than 10. That's why they call this logical operator because it involves you thinking. So now it give us false and did not execute this block. Then it execute the else because this false blocks of code here, this condition is false. Why is it false? Because this first one is true because x is greater than x, which is 10 is greater than 5, and this one here is false because x is less than y minus 10. So x is less than y minus 10. Y minus 10 is that what? Y minus 10 is what? Y minus 10 is 0. So x is less than 0 is incorrect. So that's why this condition here is false, because and 1 and 0, that is 2 and false, will give us false. So that is it for if else. That is it for if else. Also, I did not talk about the not sign. Did I talk about not sign here, but I don't talk about not sign a variable. Let's say we are given variable z equal to y. Now to put y now is 10. Now to put 10 not equal to not y. Can you see that? 10 not y. So this not here is going to give us, if here this value here is true, it's going to put not. That is, anything above 0, this will be true, right? So here will now be false because it gives us not true. So not, it's just like saying not true. So here is true now. We now say not true, so it will give us false. And also there's also two sign. These two symbol of not is used to check if this one is, let's say this one is true now. It's going to check if not is not true, and this is used to check to false check if something is true or not or false. So it's going to use to check if this one now is true, and if it is not true, it is true now. Now say if it's not true, so it's now become false. So it is now this one here like this is false. So here now check if it is not false, then it will be if not false, and not false it will always be the opposite. So it is true. So that is for not. Alright. So about the if else, about if else, nested if else, this one, if now let's say this one now is returning is greater than, if this one is true, else if, we now check else if this condition here is true again. If this one is not true, it will come and now check if this one is true. So if it is true, it will output this one, else it will output this one. This is the final one it will output. So this one is true, but let's say if else if it is less than, it's going to output this one, else it will now output this one. That is, none of them are greater or less than. So I'm sure you guys understand less, if else, if you can add many if else, if else, if, and at the end you can end it with else, or at the end we should not end it with anything if you are comfortable like this. So it depends on your logical reasoning, on the, it depends on the how do you call it sef?